Hey yo, what's up? It's Christian here. I have a little bit of time before my shift tonight, so I thought I'd film a video. So I did receive the first half of my parts in the mail for the STI, just to show you guys. So I did get a new pitch stop from Street Rays, then a Grimspeed radiator shroud, and then some iBox sway bars and bushings that come with it. So I am still waiting on, or I did get Carboy front sway bar spacers as well. I am still waiting on the Carboy solid end links, but that's actually already out for delivery like right now. So I'll be getting them tonight. This car is still in the garage, so I'm not gonna be able to install them yet. I'll probably just tow the car out, or I'll probably install them at a friend's house. That's another option I have. Honestly, the most hyped part that I've gotten so far, I think, is this Grimspeed radiator shroud. It's wrinkle red to match the manifold, and has this cool tool tray. It also deletes, go to the engine bay, it also deletes the radiator stays like this guy, because I guess they're built in technically to the shroud, so I can remove those. Also, I just want to show you guys my engine bay. So this is obviously a stock STI engine bay, just has a Mishimoto radiator. That's pretty much it. So I spent a little bit of time cleaning it up. There was obviously just dust and road grime that gets in the engine. Also, I've gone through and replaced a ton of different hardware. There was rusted hardware. I want to get a new coolant overflow, or actually that's the overflow. I believe this is called the expansion tank, I want to say. Might be wrong. But I am planning on getting an intake. I don't know if it's going to be the Cobb intake or the Typhoon intake. I really don't know yet. Obviously, I want something with an air box, because with that radiator shroud, I'm not going to be able to run the snorkel. So as much heat diversion or heat management that I can have, I'm going to try to get it. Also, I might, like a reflective heat wrap or whatever it's called. Anything that helps. I need to research it more, but if you guys know anything or have any tips, please let me know, because I just want to prevent heat soak. Like I said in the last video, I am signed up to autocross October 15th. If everything goes well, I do want to sign up for a track day at Streets of Willow for November 4th, I want to say. It's either the 4th or the 5th, I don't remember. But that might be something to look forward to. And for the STI, I still have to do I got a Moroso oil pickup. This is like a known weak point of the EJ. These can crack, actually. I forget how they're made, but this one is welded. The stock one I know isn't welded. But they're known to crack, and if it cracks, it can cause a loss of oil pressure, and then you're gonna starve your engine of oil, which would not be good happening out in the autocross or at a track day. That would not be good. So I'm just gonna go ahead, do this now. I obviously have to drop my oil pan, so I'm gonna have a new gasket and silicone, but that shouldn't be too bad. So that's another video that I'll be doing pretty soon. And also, as far as my S13, it's going pretty decently. I do have a couple hiccups. So on my fuel rail, I'll call this the injector cap. I don't know the official name for it. So it would focus. I actually had it on manual focus there for some reason. But anyways, I'm gonna call this the injector cap. I don't know the official word or name for it. But if you can zoom in, come on. Yeah, you see that crack right there? Yeah, right there. I don't know how bad that is, so I might have to switch to a top feed injector. I've read online that, actually now that I'm looking at it, I don't even know. But I've read that it is possible to run the single cam fuel rail and injectors on the dual cam. So I might try that out. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get, because I honestly, I don't know what to call these, and I couldn't find them online. Like just the replacement parts, or like people selling a stock fuel rail. I mean, I'm sure it'll come up eventually, but I'm trying to get this done. Honestly, I just want it in the car. So that's one hiccup. Another one, it's not really a hiccup, just some labor that has to be done. I am going to be deleting the EGR and a couple other emissions things just to simplify the engine, because I do plan on making this a track car only. Like as soon as I have somewhere to park it indoors every day off the street, I'm not even going to register it. I just plan on buying a truck and a trailer and just towing it everywhere to all the events that I plan on doing. So just some other minor things, like I'd have to get some new hardware to, like, so this is the EGR tube. I do have to, like, I believe it's an M24 is the size for this tube right here, so to plug that. So I have to get that. There's just some like random hardware that I have to get, as well as, so I have a EGR block off plate and gasket coming in the mail. It's pretty dark in here right now, sorry about that. And so since the plan for this car is to be a track car only, I just want to have as simple and clean of an engine bay as possible. Well, that's the goal at least. So of course, down the road I do want to turbocharge it as well. That is something I'm looking forward to. I did forget to mention too that these are 25mm front and rear. So if anyone's curious on how the 25, or like they're deciding on 22, 24, 25, whatever, etc. I'll let you guys know how they feel and how they change the car on stock springs and stock ride height, stock struts. And I really love how this car looks. Honestly, this has been one of my favorite cars since I was a kid. Now that I have one, it's just like, holy shit. I do park outside, but I try my best to keep the car as spotless as possible. I always put up a sunshade, or for the interior. I wash it at least once a week, usually every 5 or 6 days. I spray wax it every other wash, so I do my part. I need to clean this up some more. I might have to take it off and repaint it as well. I really love the wrinkle red, and this one's getting pretty old, so I have to figure something out for that. So what I just did is actually remove my intake silencer. What that does is, so you have that stock snorkel which pushes in air. It goes in here into the fender through that silencer, and then it goes actually into the air box. The one thing that was holding me back from doing that sooner is that I actually don't have a fender liner. Like, the previous owner took it off and didn't put it back on, and that's pretty sketchy because the tire is right here and the opening to the air box, let me see if I can get a flashlight. Yeah, so the opening to the air box is that guy right there. So it could be really easy for road debris to get kicked up into the actual filter. So I ordered a new fender liner a couple days ago. It actually should be here in a couple days, and I'm not planning on driving very much, so I'm just gonna remove it for the next couple days because I wanted to see how it would be. Like, maybe it'll prevent me or save me $300 from a Cobb or a Typhoon intake. I don't know yet. I still want one just because it looks so much cooler, but mainly it was for the sound. So I'm gonna see how this actually sounds without that silencer on. And also, before I head out, I'm gonna slap on the radiator shroud because that looks dope as hell and I really want to see it on the car. Gonna wipe down the radiator first for sure though. I did not mean to do that, to drop the screws into the front grill area. Hey, that's a good look. I love that. The tool tray right here is sick too. So it does fit with the Mishimoto radiator. That was one of my only concerns with this. Some people online said it wouldn't, but this one does. I might have got a newer one where they extended that, but I saw in pictures this cut right here was an issue with the radiator cap, but that does not seem to be the case with mine, so I'm pretty happy about that. Damn. I love this thing. So the next thing I want to buy as far as like engine dress up will be a carbon fiber alternator cover, and I think that'll look really awesome along with my intake. I don't know yet. Guess I really didn't explain what this was also. So this is a pitch stop, and underneath the intercooler there's a stock one. You can't really see it, but it's like underneath the middle of the intercooler basically. But anyways, I honestly, I think the stock one is plastic. I might be wrong, but it looks plastic. Anyways, so underneath here, it basically prevents excess movement in the engine, or engine from actually pitching. So when you're in a low gear like first or second, at least in my car with the older stock pitch stop, you can literally feel the engine shifting a little bit. Like if you're at let's say you're at a stop sign and you put it in a first gear when you're stopped and you want to get rolling again. So you put it in a first gear to move. If you're like not really smooth on the clutch, the car jerks around, especially if you shift hard in a second gear, the car will jerk and you'll literally feel the engine shaking or pitching. So that this will basically help minimize that movement, so it'll just make the car smoother to drive. It will, of course, add more NVH, noise. NVH, what does it stand for? I believe it's like noise vehicle. Damn it, I don't remember. Anyways, NVH. I'll find out what it means. Also, another reason why I'm waiting to install these parts is that I want Matt, the Prelude guy, to drive my car stock. Like, for all intents and purposes, it's a stock STI. Like, there's really no mods except for a catback and a radiator and a Cobb Stage 1, which isn't that much. So I'll call it a stock car. Stock wheels, stock brakes. So I just want him to get a feel for it, and then we'll do the sway bars, because the sway bars should be a huge upgrade for the car. And then sway bars and the pitch stop we'll probably do in the same day. And then I want to see what his reactions are driving the stock car versus a modified car. Now I want to see if there's going to be any difference in engine or turbo noises. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. Honestly, right now in neutral, I don't hear a difference in sound, so I'm gonna finish up a couple little things and then close up the garage, then we'll go for a drive. So the last thing I wanted to do today, so I have the hood latch off of the actual hood, so the top mount up here. Ooh, the sun. This guy. So the bolts are looking pretty rusted, so I gunned them off, and I'm just gonna like kind of clean this up and then probably re-spray paint it black just to make it look nice again. While I was waiting for the hood latch to dry, I did replace some more hardware, but I think it came out pretty good. So solid improvements on my engine bay. Alright, so I just got back from driving. Honestly, it wasn't a crazy noticeable difference. Like so I drove through my neighborhood, I went on the freeway, and I did a couple pulls. When you get around like 4, 5, 6K, when you're actually hitting boost, you hear it a little bit, but when I let off, you hear it, but it's so faint that I don't even know if the camera picked it up. I haven't looked at the footage yet, but I honestly don't think you'll be able to hear it. So, not enough. I'm still gonna go with either a Cobb or a Typhoon intake. I keep saying Typhoon, but I think I'm pretty sure it's K&N that makes it. Typhoon is just like a model. So it's similar to the Cobb in that it's a short ram intake, but it does have a heat shield. The Cobb comes with a full box. The K&N, I believe a K&N just comes with a heat shield. The reason why I like the K&N, because it can come in wrinkle red. The Cobb is just black, and if you haven't been able to tell, I've been kind of following the theme of red on my car. So not sure, still up in the air on which one I'm gonna get. They're pretty much the same price, so. And I've heard good things about both. The only thing that besides it only coming in black, the Cobb does require oiling, so it's like a single stage or something, single something filter. So it requires oil, I believe every 5,000 miles, something like that. It's not a huge deal, but it's just more maintenance instead of just a dry filter that the Typhoon uses, so. I don't know, the Cobb airbox does look really cool, but the K&N is easier to maintain, and it comes in red. So the piping on the K&N looks cooler itself. I'm not sure yet. I kind of leaning towards Cobb because I've heard it does better without a tune, because I'm not interested in getting a Pro Tune yet until I have more parts on my car. I still have to buy a Cobb access port actually, since it got stolen out of the previous owner's car, so I have to deal with that. Anyways, if you are new to the channel, I'm Christian, and that is my STI, and I also have an S13 with an engine swap that's going down right now pretty much. So as always, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. I've been gaining a lot of new subscribers, so that's really awesome. Thank you guys for the support, and I will see you in the next video.
Ryan Little.